Over 10 million times last year, police requested private doorbell camera footage from homeowners across the United States, and most of those homeowners had no idea they could say no. A 2024 guide published for prosecutors confirms there are 3 legally distinct pathways police use to get your doorbell footage, and only one of them requires a warrant. That means 2 of those pathways can happen without a judge ever approving anything. According to data tracking smart home surveillance, over 1/3 of American homes now have a camera pointed directly at a public-facing area, and most of those owners have never changed a single privacy setting. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how police access your doorbell camera footage without a warrant, including the 3 legal pathways they use, the specific settings inside your Ring or Google Nest app that limit law enforcement access, and the one corporate partnership that 99% of doorbell camera owners have never heard of, but which fundamentally changes how exposed your footage already is. This video is for anyone who owns a Ring, a Nest, a SimpliSafe, or any smart doorbell camera pointed at the street outside your home. It's also for anyone who doesn't own one but lives near a neighbor who does, because that camera is recording you too. I've spent weeks going through prosecutor guides, Fourth Amendment legal analyses, and investigative journalism on this exact topic, so you don't have to. Stay until the end because the last point I cover is the one that almost nobody is talking about, and it's the most important thing you can do today. Let's start with the most important thing to understand about how this whole system works. Police do not need a warrant to get your doorbell footage if you voluntarily hand it over. That sounds obvious when you say it out loud, but here's where it gets complicated. Most people don't realize that when a police officer knocks on your door and asks for your Ring footage, you are under zero legal obligation to say yes. That request feels official. It feels like you have to comply. You don't. A 2024 Legal Examiner analysis of investigative doctrine confirms this clearly. Voluntary consent requires no warrant, no subpoena, no judge, and no oversight. The officer just asks. You say yes. The footage is theirs. And once you hand it over voluntarily, you have no say in how it's used, stored, or shared with other agencies. Think of it like this. If a stranger knocked on your door and asked to borrow your diary, you'd probably say no. But if that stranger was wearing a badge and a uniform and spoke with authority, most people hand over the diary without even asking why. That psychological pressure is exactly what police rely on in voluntary consent requests. The action step here is simple. You are legally allowed to say, "I'd prefer you obtain a warrant for that." That one sentence protects you. Practice saying it now because in the moment, most people forget they improved script. Police can legally take your doorbell footage right now, without a warrant, without your permission, and without telling you. And if you own a Ring, a Nest, or any smart doorbell camera, it may have already happened. A 2024 guide published for prosecutors confirms there are 3 legally distinct pathways police use to get your doorbell footage, and only one of them requires a warrant. That means 2 of those pathways can happen without a judge ever approving anything. Over 10 million times last year, police requested private doorbell camera footage from homeowners across the United States, and most of those homeowners had no idea they could say no. According to data tracking smart home